Both games we conceded goals at very, very bad times. We obviously knew at half time we all said that we need to try and keep it tight. Hopefully nick a goal and then put the pressure on them. And obviously when goals go in against them sides, it's always going to be an uphill task. But our defensive record has been very good in previous games, and obviously in the last two it's not been great, so against Italy we're obviously going to try and keep it tight. And it's obviously majorly important now for Italy to come out and obviously try and get the win. Certainly, it's something that we've always based ourselves on, I would say. But I think obviously against Croatia, the goals were obviously sloppy goals. And then I think sometimes you have to give credit to your opponents. And Spain obviously are an exceptional team, and they're always going to create chances. But we're coming to the last game. I want to get a result for the fans because they've been absolutely magnificent ourselves as well, and for the staff and for everyone that's been involved. We don't want to come here and have three defeats. When I come here, get a win and try and finish third in the group. We've always had a great support back in the Aviva, and obviously I know away days, but this has been my first tournament, and the experience has been unbelievable. I'll take a lot from it, and the last 10 minutes of the game in Spain will live long in the memory. It's never been the case where we've been personally losing 4-0 and being clapped off, or the fans stayed all the way to the end and singing. It's usually the complete opposite. Nice when we arrived back to the hotel, the fans were still here clapping, and obviously we're here in the hotel and you still hear the fans in great voice, and each one of us is very appreciative of the fans coming out here spending their money, and I think that's why this game against Italy is so important. It's a chance for us to try and give something back to them, because obviously so far we've not done that. Yeah, great moment for him. He's a brilliant player. Played for some of the top clubs in the Premier League, and he's a great professional. He's brilliant to have around the squad, and to obviously reach a landmark like that will obviously be a huge honour for him, his family, and we'll all be buzzing for him, and hopefully he can mark it with a goal. Yeah, I think you just have to look. I think it speaks for itself. All the fans, if they were trying to mention one of Ireland's best players in history in recent years, they would definitely said him. He's done so much for the country, and he's so humble. I think about it. Very, very down to earth, and he deserves all the credit that he gets. Yeah, it's always great to get a goal. Wasn't meant to have gone up for the corner or the free kick, and ended up getting my head on it. I think I've scored 3 goals, and we've not won yet in the game, so I might stay away from that. But it's always great to score, but it kind of, when you lose the game, kind of eradicates the good feeling that you have. Before I came into the tournament, I didn't really know what to expect. But like I said before, it's one of these things that happens once in a lifetime. It was 24 years since we've qualified for a European Championship, and arguably it's a bit more difficult than the World Cup. And I think that you would find that in the groups, and obviously when the teams progress to the next stage, you could get Spain playing England, or Spain playing France, where in the World Cup that possibly could not happen. It's been a learning curve. Wouldn't want to play Spain too often, but he's been great, and I think the thing I'll tell you with me was the support that we've had, and hopefully long may that continue. I know that they'll always be behind us, and like I said, this game against Italy is something for us to give back to them, pride to go back to Dublin with.